I often have clients come into session saying that they miss their ex, and they're very aware that their partner wasn't healthy for them, but they can't quite figure out why they miss him. In this video, we're going to talk about the reasons why you don't actually miss that person, but you miss the chaos that that person brought. I know that may sound harsh at first, because when you think about him, it wasn't always bad. There were good moments in there too. But hear me out. What if your body is missing that intensity, the unpredictability, the adrenaline, the ups and downs? You're not addicted to him. Your body got used to the chaos. When a relationship is emotionally unstable, when it swings between connection and withdrawal, affection and criticism, warmth and coldness, your nervous system activates three things: adrenaline, cortisol, and dopamine. When you do have those moments of closeness, oxytocin comes into the mix. That intensity you felt in that relationship can feel like love and attachment. But we have to remember, intensity isn't safety. In that relationship, your body got used to bracing itself, scanning for tone changes, analyzing text messages, predicting moods. You were never fully relaxed, but you were fully engaged in the dynamic. When the relationship ends, your body loses the stimulation. Stimulation withdrawal feels like longing. What's missing is not necessarily him, it's the adrenaline, it's the cycle. When I got out of my marriage 6 years ago, I didn't know what to do with myself. I looked for the adrenaline. I looked for the dopamine hit. And when I was working with my therapist, she would often tell me, Cassandra, when you want to get off the roller coaster, you will. But it took me a lot of time, and it was really hard. So I don't want you to be harsh with yourself as you watch this video. Rewiring your nervous system takes time, effort, and patience. And sometimes we just need the practical tools on how to do this. If you're interested in obtaining those tools, I'm building a community that you can check out in the description below. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Cassandra Mullik. I'm a therapist and a coach. And this space is all about healing after emotionally abusive relationships. Which brings me to another point. When we get out of these types of relationships where there's tons of chaos, calmness feels strange. Quiet feels empty, and stability feels boring. We often learn about relationships from what we witnessed when we were younger. That really didn't show us what healthy love looked like. We may equate intensity with love, but healthy love doesn't spike your nervous system. It actually is supposed to soothe it. I was shocked too when I was going through this and I learned about this in therapy. If your system is used to the spikes, soothing can feel underwhelming. What does that mean? Well, initially, when you come out of relationships like this, you're going to be looking for that dopamine adrenaline hit. And let's say if you start dating or you find someone who doesn't fit the definition of chaos, that soothing presence is going to feel boring. It's going to feel underwhelming. I want you to keep in mind, chaos feels familiar. The feeling of calm is new. Before we go any further, I want to reassure you that your feelings are valid and they're real. That attachment you had to that person was real. Your longing is real. Survival bonds are powerful, but they also create dysregulation. And emotional dysregulation can be retrained. How do we retrain the dysregulation? Well, we break them with safety. When we're going through this process, it's like breaking up with an addiction. So if you've had anything in the past that you were maybe addicted to, this will be a familiar feeling. Firstly, we have to reduce stimulation loops. What does that mean? It means we have to reduce things that bring us to those feelings of missing this person. So that could look like going no contact with this person. It could look like taking a break from mutual friends. It could look like not revisiting mutual spots that you used to go to together. We want to take a break from those things. The next thing we want to do is create predictable routines. If we're all over the place every day, we're not getting enough sleep, we're constantly doom scrolling, we're not able to focus, that is going to take a toll on our mental health and our resiliency. I encourage you to come up with a schedule for yourself over the next couple of weeks that is predictable and can create some consistency for you. Thirdly, we're going to have to do some somatic work. So when we are feeling overwhelmed or we're having really intrusive thoughts of the past, we need to take a mindfulness break and do some somatic breathing. We need to do some breath work to help ground us. Breath work is the most powerful gift we can give our nervous system when it feels dysregulated. Feel free to search on YouTube. There's tons of videos that can really help us to understand how to do this. But for the purposes of this video, we'll go really simple. What we want to do is an inhale for at least 3 seconds. We're going to hold it for at least 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for at least 5 seconds. That can help you to ground, and that takes less than 30 seconds. You can give yourself that gift. Next, we want to build stability over intensity. So here I'm going to ask you to do something called opposite action, which is a dialectical behavioral therapy. Let's say you're used to talking about your ex with a friend. You're going to do the opposite action of that, which means not bringing him up. Or if you're used to fixating on a certain moment in your relationship and you can't stop thinking about it, the opposite action of that would be to focus on something else. So I challenge you to try opposite action and see what it feels like in your body. Lastly, we want to surround ourselves with regulated people. That can be friends, family members, professionals, groups. We want to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with supportive people. And you may notice at first this all might feel a little bit dull and boring, or you might feel like it's just not working. Give it some time. Your nervous system is rewiring what you're used to. Eventually, dullness will feel like safety. Safety becomes peaceful, and peace becomes power. Let's do an exercise together to get you started on your journey. I want you to put your hand on your chest and take a slow breath in. And as you do this, I want you to say, I choose myself. Ready? I choose myself. I want you to do it again. I choose myself. And one last time. I choose myself. And I want you to notice what you feel in your body as you say that. And if you feel comfortable to do so, let me know in the comment section. I want you to know that you have a lot of power here, even though it doesn't feel like it. If you're tired of confusing chaos with connection and your body is ready to feel steady instead of spike, that's what we work on in my school community, which I'll link in the description below. If you're ready to continue your journey of healing, you can check out this video up here.